Our serve and volley book is done, so check it out on Amazon if you want to be a devil at the net. We're going to talk about how far back to stand at the return of serve, and it's related to the type of ground stroke you hit, the type of game you play. Like, do you stand this far back? Do you vary it and stand further in? These are first serve returns. You have to watch out because you stand too far back, they serve you wide. And it's all about the angle of attack on the serve wide. If you stand really far back, a slice serve wide will always be a problem. You stand moderate, then step in. The key is to find what works for you optimally in match play and singles only. Doubles is a different animal. And whatever you do, the key will be to neutralize first serves, attack second serves. You want to figure out how far to stand far. Do you want to stand far back? Do you want to stand close and move back? Do you want to stand far back and move in? I like number 3. Stand far back and move in. That way if the serve's too strong, you can just wait for the serve to come to you. But you have a lot of time. But this also depends on the type of game you have. Like, are you a ground stroker or a net rusher? So if you play deep baseline, normally you stand this is really far back. But you're going to hit the ball, you're going to try split step and move in as they serve, and you're going to try to get into the rally. He plays really deep on the baseline, so he doesn't want to come all the way in. See how far back he plays? He stays stationary on the baseline right there. Now, you have to read the serve so it's not a wide serve. What you're looking at is where is impact point in the toss, if they toss it further to the right, and where does the racket go on the follow through. On us, this is just a kick serve, so you see a lot of my racket. But if I close the face and come across my body, it's a slice. And you can see the racket manipulating the ball on impact. So you look at the impact point and the follow through of the racket to dictate where the ball is going to go on the serve. Doesn't matter about the shoulders and everything else, you can't alter that. So whenever you're staying really far back, your goal is to look at that serve that's coming at you, get into right position, try to do a split step and come in. He actually doesn't really get into active split step right there. Comes in there, goes to slice. And he stays really far back. He has a tendency to run backwards to the ball. It's really odd. But the guy he's playing is hitting the ball really hard because he's staying really far back and the ball is coming forward with a lot of momentum. I don't like this because it's too far in. But he's showing it and then he moves back. So when you do this, you're kind of psyching your opponent out. You're trying to change the size of the service box by moving up and moving back. And so you need to see right there, he moves back right when the serve comes. But then I don't like it because the body weight is going backwards. You're kind of in defensive positioning. The key is to neutralize the first serve and try to stay as close to the baseline as possible to steal time from your opposition. And also give you better angles on the court. Playing that far back leaves you open to short shots like that. Now, notice the push and pull. You come into return and out with the ball. You want to come in on the return, right there, split, return. Then you move back with the ball into the normal baseline. You want to try to stay as close to the baseline as possible to dictate. The closer you are to the baseline, the less time your opponent has to hit the ball. So what you need to do is find out what works best for you. What is your optimal comfort zone to get serves back and be able to hit ground strokes. And if you want to come to net, come to net. I don't like this, it's too far back. But he plays really deep normally. And once he gets to start playing, he gets to the rally, it's kind of a defensive positioning. Too far in, and you do create pressure, but it's hard to hit a decent return. It's a psych jab, come back, but now you're still being defensive. and you're running all over the court, moving backwards. You gotta get your body weight coming forward to the point, and watch out for short balls. Watch for the slice serve wide. Optimal. Stay close to the baseline, move in with the serve, move back with the ball, course the ball. Find out what your optimal returning position is and learn to play with it. It also matters what kind of strokes you have. Like if you have a really Eastern grip, you hit really flat, you need the ball really low, then you want to stand further back. If you have really big grips and you want to, like semi-westerns, and you want the ball to be right there for you, you can play farther back and take a fuller swing small. But the concept here is to think about where you return serve and how are you missing serves, and add variety to your game by changing your positioning. Try to stand farther back and hit harder ground strokes. It's amazing. The concept is one step into the court, you're hitting the ball 10 miles an hour. So the inverse of that is true too. If you stand farther back, you give yourself more time, but you're hitting softer. But it makes like your opponent is hitting softer to you. I prefer to have players moving back and forward to change what the return serve box, the service box looks like. If I step in on a second serve, it makes the service box look smaller. If I step back, it makes the service box look larger. I don't like to stand too far back because my game is all about playing the net. But my game's always been about playing the net, so I've been trying to play farther back to add more of a ground stroking aspect. See what works for you. And tennis is basically a game, and games are meant to be fun, so experiment.